Welcome back to Talking Shui. You're here with me, Rufus and Monk, in the Shui Cave with Elliott, and we're talking today Summerslam. Summerslam. We're going to kick off really quickly. We're going to briefly mention the three kick-off matches that I'm aware of. So it's Cedric Alexander versus Drew Gulak, which is absolutely brilliant. Love both of them, in all honesty, the way they play the characters and the way they perform. I think
I'm a bit behind on 205.
Yeah, so well, I am a little bit as well, but there's still talent there. You've got Rusev and Lana versus Andrade Cien Almas and Zelina Vega, which I think really should have been on the main card, not just on the pre-show. And then you've got the B Team versus the Revival for the Raw Tag Team titles, which does mean that it's almost guaranteed that the Revival won't win because it's on the pre-show. So why would you swap the titles on the pre-show? And I think this event shows why they really do need to work it out so they have more pay-per-views, but not as many as they had, or network specials.
Yeah, when it was two a month.
Two a month was too much, but this is too few. I mean, you're not fitting in enough content, and they're going to be short matches again, for even for a 4-hour event, which I believe it will be. Well, and that's not including the pre-show, so you put 2 hours on top of that, so that's 6 hours worth of wrestling. Love wrestling and all that type of stuff, but ain't no way I'm going to watch it all in one sitting. No. So yeah, so we go on to our first match, as again listed by Wikipedia for the time being. Daniel Bryan versus Miz. Okay,
I'm going the Miz for this.
Yeah. Okay. Any reason?
I've just got a new love for him.
You've got a new love for him. Okay. Okay. I, with some people will attribute, I've been a Miz fan for years. I have a picture of my son wearing a Miz t-shirt when he was not long born. He's now 7. I've always seen the potential in the heel ability of him. He's obviously built for the acting side of things, the promo side of things. His work, he is a good work.
You know,
the Marine 700. I watched one of the Marines the other week. We'll talk about that later. It was dreadful. The Miz was good in it though. But he's more of a promo guy. But I liked him in the ring. I liked the stories that he told. I've been a massive Miz fan. For me, Daniel, it will kind of hedge. It will lean on whether DB signs a new contract. If they're looking like they're going to sign him to a new contract, I think Miz wins. I think Miz wins. If they're not, I think DB wins. I think you've got to have Daniel Bryan win it overall, and if he's not going to sign a new contract, which is up in September, then you need to have him go out on high. If he does sign, then you've got Mania to put it over. I think I am going with a Miz win again.
Okay. So we're both on a Miz win.
We're both on a Miz win for that, which is great.
Not great for competition reasons. But...
Well, no, but I mean, you know, it's good to agree sometimes. But you know what I mean, and we don't want all of them to differ. No. Next one, US title match between the champion Shinsuke Nakamura and Jeff Hardy. Shinsuke, for me, there's no reason to put it back on Jeff. It's going to be interesting to see what they do with Randy, seeing as
there was such a push with Shinsuke when he came in, and he did nothing. He kept losing to AJ. Yeah. Everyone got sick of that. Yeah. And then they just knocked him down straight away. And I think it's too soon for the belt to swap back again. Yeah,
no, it definitely is. And I think Jeff can still be a top star without the belt. I think Shinsuke needs it a little bit at the moment.
Cheers everyone up.
Yeah, definitely. But again, I think it also depends on what they're going to do with Randall. Randall Keith Orton, Randy Orton.
That's his full name.
That is his full name, yeah.
Sure.
That's why the movie is called the RKO, because it's Randall Keith Orton.
Oh, okay.
There we go. Now, it depends what happens with him. Obviously, we've had some claims come out over this past week, which we won't go into on here, but then they have made him even creepier on SmackDown, so I don't think anything will happen to him. I think Jeff and him will go into a program together. I think Shinsuke wins with Orton interference.
Yeah, again, Shinsuke for me.
Yeah, okay. So that's good. So we're confirming now. Finn Balor versus, I said that really weird.
Yeah, Balor.
I'm keeping it. Finn Balor versus Baron Corbin. I've got one question for you. Do you really care?
I'm going... No.
No. And which is unfortunate because I actually don't mind. I think Baron's got potential. I think Finn is one of the top talents on the roster and he should be fighting the main event. But the fact that I don't know anyone who really cares about this match. I think Finn wins.
Is one of the best moves.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think it looks really good, but
you don't care.
No, you don't care. Finn for me.
I'll be Baron just for
difference. Okay. Okay, we move on to the SmackDown Women's Title match. Carmella versus Becky versus Charlotte.
I'm going Becky.
I'm going Becky. This is
not. We're not doing very well at this.
I mean, it's about opinion. It's not
the right time for her to have it.
I agree. I'm 50-50 on whether I think she'll turn as well.
Carmella's wound everyone up just enough to... It doesn't matter who wins as long as she doesn't.
I agree. My opinion is they will try and turn. I'm 50-50 about it, but I'm edging towards...
I reckon
Becky will try. They'll
Becky
try and
will
turn.
Pin Charlotte.
Yeah, I agree. I think she'll take Charlotte out. I think they'll do it in a heelish way, but people like Becky too much that it'll fail and she'll just be facing them in about 2 weeks' time. So I think that Becky wins the title. Okay. IC title match: Dolph versus Seth Rollins. I'm very excited for this match, I'm not going to lie. The two guys on the outside, obviously Drew McIntyre and Dean Ambrose, brilliant wrestlers in their own right.
I'm going...
Ooh.
I'm going belt won't change, disqualification.
Okay.
When Dean Ambrose comes in. Everyone wants to see him come in, go mental.
Yeah.
And...
So who do you reckon will be named the winner?
I reckon Dolph will win.
Dolph will actually win it. But it'll be a DQ.
Yeah.
I'm going Dolph, but I'm going for an Ambrose turn.
Oh.
I think if they wanted to keep him face, I think they would have kept him a secret until the event. I don't think they would have announced him.
Just wasted it on Raw.
Yeah, I think they wasted it on Raw if that's what they're going to do. I don't know, but again, I think Dolph wins by Dean getting involved on the side of Dolph and them and Dolph retaining.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
Where was it?
Braun versus Kevin Owens for the Money in the Bank. Now it changes hands no matter how Braun loses. Okay.
Yeah.
Now they've put it over for Kevin, suggesting that Kevin wins, but from my memory on Raw, it was more Braun who came out on top eventually.
I'm going.
Go on.
I'm going to KO win.
I'm going
KO win. Okay. Tries to cash in that night, and
whoa.
Braun stops it.
Oh, you reckon?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I'm going with KO win as well. I think he deserves it. Braun doesn't need it. KO could do with it with the way that they made him lose, and I think that was the whole point of they've sold it to him like that. You know, put our guy over, put Braun over, and we'll give you, the Money in the Bank contract. And he's accepted it.
If he gets the title from it, then Braun's only takes it off him.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting carried away.
You're getting carried away. We'll see. We'll see how it ends. We've got the SmackDown Tag Team title match up next. Irony of the SmackDown Tag Team titles being on the main show and the Raw on the pre-show. I don't know what that says, but Bludgeon Brothers versus New Day.
I'm going Bludgeon Brothers.
Bludgeon Brothers. I think.
Retaining.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way around that. I think the New Day don't need it yet. They do need it because they will become the record tag team title holders, but they don't need it yet.
I really like what they're doing with the New Day at the moment, building them with sanity.
Yeah,
that rivalry is going to be incredible.
I agree. I agree. Apart from the stupid idiot who decided to put Killian Dane in a fucking singlet.
It was beautiful.
Do you know what? It wasn't, because he looks like, without it, with just his normal black trunks, he looks like a fucking monster. This made him look like somewhat an old high school wrestler who's out of shape and just trying to relive his fucking glory days. It's not. I know it's definitely someone backstage at WWE, and whoever's done it.
You don't think he chose it himself?
No.
Okay.
I think he chose it himself after he was told that he had to do it. Yeah, he was probably told either shave your back or get that done. And you know, he as long as the wrestlers don't really care, why should anyone else? Because he's been built up as this crazy character. Anyway,
incredible.
Do you know what? They're not even on the show. We don't have time for this. We don't have time for this. We're gonna move on. I apologise. We'll bring that up in another point. Styles versus Joe.
I'm going Joe.
Joe? Oh, I'm with you.
I reckon it's about time for AJ to lose it.
It's very difficult. I can see Styles retaining it, but because of what I'm going to say a bit later on.
I think Joe's going to get that big push to come in.
Yeah.
Like, from when he came back, he's just been terrifying.
Oh, terrible. He's one of the best around.
Bloody brilliant as well.
Yeah. And I think he deserves the title. I do think Styles deserves it. He is the best wrestler in the world today, as far as I'm concerned. And obviously he should be on top, but having him drop the title and have a program with Joe is very exciting.
How long did he have the title for then?
He's the longest reigning SmackDown champion now. So a 200 and I want to say 284, something like that. It's a 280 or 254, something like that. So yeah, I think it is time for him to drop it, and I think it is time for Joe to
but then when he wins it back,
run with it. Yeah,
it's gonna be.
Oh, it's gonna be amazing. Yeah. I know this is the one I wouldn't mind them hot potatoing. So have them,
every event
almost it swaps over kind of thing. So, second to last match we've got here is Alexa Bliss versus Ronda Rousey. Bliss.
I'll go with Rousey then.
Okay.
I don't think she should have the title yet, but
yeah, I think
can't losing.
I think the difficulty is, I think the
interference
from what I read or what I've been reading is the plan was at this event to turn Natalya heel by obviously costing Rousey the match. Now with what's happened, rest in peace Anvil. I don't think there's no way that she should be there, unless she feels like she's ready to do it, or even to be at the event. But there's definitely, I don't think they should turn her heel at this point. Yes, she should be heel, but leave her for a little bit, let the dust settle and put her back in her rightful place. But I think Bliss, I don't think Rousey should have it yet. I think they wait till Survivor Series for me. Put it on her at Survivor Series, and she's got a couple of events, and then it's like Rumble, or put it on her at the Rumble, and then there's then she does the whole program with Charlotte and the Four Horsemen, Horsewomen, sorry, at Mania. But again, you don't need the title
in fact, no, the title change is probably going to come at Evolution.
One of them will.
Yeah.
So whether it's a Raw or a SmackDown one, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna say Bliss. I'm gonna say Bliss. It'll make sense for either Carmella or Bliss to hold the title until Evolution and have sort of big babyface winner at Evolution.
Yeah,
I agree with that. But it just needs to be one of them that's kind of symbolism of going from a diva to a women's match. And we've got about 30 seconds. Lesnar Reigns.
I'm going Reigns.
Okay, I'm going Reigns
because I'm so bored of Brock.
Do you know what?
Let him go.
For all I give a shit, Ellsworth wins the title. You know what I mean? As long as you get it off Brock, that's all that matters. I'm okay with Roman. I think he's actually a decent worker. He still needs to be turned heel in the long run, but for the time being, just give him the title and run with it.
I'm going cash in on the night as well.
I'm going cash in on the night, and I'm going KO wins it.
Oh.
I'm going KO wins it, and I'm going to go back on myself, and I'm going to say Brock wins. I'm going to say Brock wins the title, and KO cashes in and beats Brock for it, because that'll be a brilliant double swerve where it's like you think that Roman Reigns is going to win it, Brock Lesnar wins, and then Owens comes down, cashes in, wins it, or Braun comes down, cashes in, and wins it, kind of thing.
Either way, cash in and win on
I think it makes more sense for. This is why I think it makes more sense for Owens to win the title, to win the Money in the Bank.
It's a bigger push for him.
Braun basically has said whenever Brock's in the building, which he hasn't done, it was a fucking lie, but whenever Brock's in the building, he's going to cash in, was basically means SummerSlam, he's going to cash in against Brock if he retains. So have Brock retain, and obviously Owens has just won it. You won't think that Owens will come down and cash in on the same night, and he does. And Paul Heyman maybe turns on Brock or something. There has to be more to it. Like maybe Reigns just snaps at the end of it and batters him, or something happens like that.
Paul Heyman is not the advocate of Kevin Owens.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, I've heard people say, well, Kevin Owens doesn't need it. No, he doesn't, but neither did CM Punk, and look how good that worked, how well that worked together. As much as the run wasn't as good for the opponents that were putting against Punk as could have been, I think KO and Paul Heyman would be a great duo. Yeah?
I'm with you on that.
Well, we're signing off. We got a few disagreements, a lot of agreements in this one, so we're all along the same page. It's not necessarily what we want to happen, it's what we think they're going to do. And apart from the last little bit, that's just what I want to happen. The next episode will be a review of both shows and, having a discussion about moving forward with the wrestling stuff. And maybe we'll throw a little bit of extra bits in for the week after. Rufus T. Monk, Elliott.
Yeah.
Peace.